Yeah, hello and how are you? Hey friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shendell Briscoe, coming back to you live from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, it's Saturday, June the 12th, 2021. Got some happy birthday shout-outs going out to Keith VanGennip and Braden Rhoads, and a belated birthday to Brian Estes. Yesterday was his birthday, so we're going to throw that one in here too. Say, hey Brian, hey Braden, hey Keith, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'm going to say, you're one more year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey Keith, hey Braden, hey Brian, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another trip around the sun that you made. Well, I hope you're enjoying your very special day, 'cause, well, it's your happy birthday day today. I said, oh, well, it's your happy birthday day today. All right, boys, I hope you're enjoying them birthdays today, alright? Oh, well, alrighty then. How about some Shen Show likers and lovers, folks that like and or love the Shen Show? Like Cindy Welch and Denise Huff. Yes, they are there. Can't find my Pokey Pals. I'm just Pokey Palace now. No pals. But anywho, that's okay. We got other things to get into. How about the weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area? It's going to be brought to you today by Refreshing Word Fellowship Church, located at 2052 and 2054 Campus Drive, St. Charles, Missouri. 63301. Come on in. Wednesdays at 1:30 to 2:30, we've got prayer meeting and prayer group, whatever. And then on Sunday, 11 a.m., be there for worship and the message at 11 a.m. Alrighty then. That's Refreshing Word Fellowship Church, located at 2054 Campus Drive in St. Charles, Missouri. Alright, alrighty then. Okie dokie, let's get into the weather forecast right here, right now. It's 98 degrees outside. Boy, that's some heat, boy, I'm telling you. Anyway, it's 98 out there right now, and it's supposed to be coming down. As a matter of fact, mostly clear skies overnight with low temperatures down around 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then the sunshine is going to be coming back in tomorrow, June the 13th. That's Sunday, June the 13th. Sunny skies. Highs around 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies overnight with low temperatures around 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Monday, June the 14th, mostly sunny skies, highs around 93 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight with low temperatures around 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be north to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Tuesday, June the 15th, sunny skies, that's right, highs around 89 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight with lows near 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Usually means a little bit of a cool down. It's not too bad. Wednesday, June the 16th, we got sunny skies, high temperatures around 87 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then mostly clear skies overnight with low temperatures around 64 degrees Fahrenheit. The winds are going to be light and variable easterly winds, that is. And then for your final day of our 5-day forecast, Thursday, June the 17th, which is the day I get to go to the doctor again. The dentist to get my teeth fixed later again. Worked on. Intervals of clouds and sunshine, highs near 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scattered clouds with the possibility of isolated thunderstorms developing overnight. Low temperatures around 72 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 30%. And there you have your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Alright, well, alrighty then. And you know what? I wanted to share just a couple of things that I found on Facebook today. Interesting posts. A school teacher posted this. It's an old one, but here it is. I am an English teacher, and my students are reading George Orwell's 1984. Well, I'm having a little bit of difficulty with a difficult time trying to explain communism, socialism, and fascism without giving a time-consuming history lesson. Because I recall, at one point in time, you printed a humorous explanation of these concepts using cows. Will you please print it again? I'm sure it will kickstart a lively class discussion. A teacher in Mississippi. All right, this is to Ann, and it was dated 12/4/2002. Now, this here is where the post gets interesting. She's going to explain the difference between the the 6 different types of government. The isms. Alrighty, and here we go. Socialism. That's what the United States of America is headed for if we're not careful. You have 2 cows. You give one to your neighbor. So now you have 1 cow. Your neighbor has 1 cow. Communism. You have 2 cows. Give both of those cows to the government, and they may give you some milk, or they may not give you some milk. Fascism. You have 2 cows. You give all of the milk to the government, and the government sells it. No money for you, no profit for you. Nazism. Nazism. You have 2 cows. The government shoots you, and they take your 2 cows. There you go. And then anarchism. You have 2 cows. Keep both cows and shoot the government agent and steal another cow. That's anarchism. And then there is capitalism. Capitalism is what we live on as a society in the United States of America, which apparently is the worst thing in the world, but here it goes. Capitalism. You have 2 cows. You sell one of your cows and you buy a bull. And then you have cow after cow after cow, many cows. And apparently that's wrong. Now you can give however many cows away you want to give away. You can give milk away if you want to give milk away. You can sell milk if you want to sell milk. But the government ain't doing it for you. You can do whatever you want with your cows because you have gained more cows just by purchasing a cow. Sell one and buy one. And now that's capitalism in the nutshell. Alright, that was one of the things that I really wanted to share because there are so many people out here that just don't understand that one of the 2 parties that they're supporting is trying to get you into socialism and communism, and those are the 2 that are really well, socialism, communism, and fascism are the 2 governments that are the 3 government isms that one of the particular parties is trying to head us down the road to. And the Republican Party is capitalism, promotes capitalism, helps you live by capitalism. So many people look at it and say, hey, why did that guy over there, did you see that? He went and bought that Harley Davidson. With all that money he spent on that Harley Davidson, he could have given several thousand people, or several hundred people, some food. A couple of hundred people some food if he had bought, with that money he spent on that Harley-Davidson motorcycle. But instead, what he done was he put millions of people to work. You know, there's a guy out there that cuts down rubber trees, and the rubber tree plant. And the rubber tree plant gets molted down at another place where several people work, making money, income, that is. And those rubber tree people that are making the income from melting down the rubber, they ship it off to some tire factory. Well, that tire factory, which is full of people working, now each and every one of these people are eating, and they're getting food, okay? But this is one guy buying one motorcycle, but he has so far put 100,000 people to work building that motorcycle, because he's not the only one that's going to buy one, and every motorcycle out there is going to need tires. So it puts these people to work for the good, and they make money. And so they're all making money, and they're all eating, and they're all supporting their families. And that's just by the tires, and then the spokes, and then the wheel, and then the shock absorbers, and then the gas tanks, and then the tail lights, and all these things are manufactured, and each thing is manufactured with a machine, and each machine has to be designed, and each design has to be renewed and updated next year, because everybody wants a different model, and so on and so forth. Each year, each generation makes more and more money, or not more and more money, but it keeps people working over and over and over. Putting more people to work is a simple way of increasing taxes. Now, people say the Republicans, they don't want to increase your taxes. They want to, if anything, they want to decrease. They don't want to pay taxes. They want to decrease the taxes. Well, the tax bracket. Let me explain to you why Republicans want to decrease the tax bracket. So capitalism puts more people to work. More people are working, the more people are paying taxes. So there is more tax money available. Now, the other side, the other party, wants to tax the rich and let the poor folks go, or the middle class. They want to let the middle class not be taxed hardly at all, and really tax the rich so that they can support the lower class and half of the middle class. Well, I'm telling you, folks, lower income families, the more jobs that are available, the more people that are working, the more taxes that are being made, because there's more people being taxed, and therefore there's more tax money available. If you keep getting bigger and bigger government, there's more programs that are out there being utilizing a government taking your stuff and giving it to other people, and so therefore who knows where it's going to go. Falls between the cracks all the time, because they don't care. It's not their money. They're not pulling it out of their pocket, out of their wallet, and saying, hey, I want this person right here who lives in this neighborhood to have this money. Now, you take a church, or you take a community-based organization that has been donated to by these capitalist fat cats that donate a lot of money, and the reason they donate a lot of money, that's what you're saying? Oh, it's just for tax write-off? Well, yeah, but it's still donated money, and that money goes to people who are in need. And those people that are in need can go to these community-based programs, and they can get what they need. And it doesn't cost the government a thing, because these fat capitalists donated money to them. Oh, yeah, they got their tax write-off. Yeah, sure. But they donated it. They gave it. They decided where that money was going to go. If they wanted to loan it to a friend or give it to a friend, it's their choice. The government don't take it from them and say, here, we're going to give your money to these people. No, that's a whole different ball game. And that's called communism. Give both cows to the government, and they may or may not give you some milk. All right. That being said, here was the other one. There was another one that caught me that I wanted to share also. And it, a couple of them. There was another one that went up, and I had to share it because I thought it was pretty good. Why is it that when police officers are killed in the line of duty, I always hear that same old sentiment that says they knew the risk when they took the job, right? Police officer was killed in the line of duty, but that's okay. He knew the risk when he took the job. How come we can't say the same thing when it applies to a criminal? How is it that when that same logic doesn't apply to criminals? Because in the same situation, they knew the risk when they did the crime. Okay? They done the crime, and so therefore if they got killed in the process of doing the crime, or during the process of being arrested for doing the crime, they knew the risks. Or what? Did they just get away with it? I mean, is it like you think it's a slap on the hand to walk into somebody's house and take all their stuff? What if it was your house and your stuff? Do you like it? Do you want them to do it? Do you think that they should be punished? Well, I think so. All right, now, the next one was a very humorous one. They had some photos of a gentleman, 3 of them to be exact. They were very blurry, but hey, if anybody saw this guy and knew him, then it would work out. And it was the sheriff's department. And the sheriff's department of Callaway County Sheriff's Office. And it states, this fine gentleman entered a private property near Holt Summit for which he did not pay taxes, and he acquired items that he did not purchase. We'd like to meet him and offer him a bed at our all-inclusive resort in Fulton. Now, anyone can help us accomplish that, and we are most appreciative. So anonymous tips can be made online at CallawaySheriff'sDepartment.org/Crime Stoppers or by calling 573-592-2474. In other words, this criminal entered private property, someone's house, and they stole stuff, took it without paying taxes for it. Well, they stole it and they didn't buy it. And then they would like to offer them an extended stay in Fulton Prison. So, that would be a hilarious way to get tips tips for the crime. That's right. That's the way I posted it, using humor to make the arrest. All right. Well, these were just a couple of things that I found on Facebook today that really got me. I kind of thought they were great. I really got a little chuckle out of them when I read them, and plus I got some insight on one of the things there, with the cows. Simple lesson. As a matter of fact, I was watching a movie yesterday, and I got another lesson about the automobile. It was the 20th Century's Time Machine. That's right. 20th Century Time Machine is the automobile. If you're driving down the road and you gaze out the back window, that, my friends, is the past. It's in the past. Now, if you gaze out the front window, hey, that is the future. You're not there yet. If you want to get into the future a lot faster, you just step down on this one little pedal over here called the accelerator, and it will accelerate you into the future that much faster. Now, if you're going into the future a little too fast, you apply pressure to this other little pedal here, and that's called the brake pedal, and that will slow you down, and you will slowly get into the future. But if you come to a complete stop, why then, friends, you're in the present. And you can enjoy that while it lasts, because sooner or later, you're going to step on that other pedal, and start off into the future again. All right, well, all right then. Now, I don't care what you're saying. If you ever look out the back window, that past is probably going to be there when you come back. But it won't be the exact same past because the wind might be blowing a different direction. The birds that were in that field may not be in that field no more. It's not going to be the exact same past as it was. It's the past. It'll never be the same. All right. Well, alrighty then. Hey, it looks like story time. Story time for the Shen Show. That's right. Get the kids out here. It's bedtime stories with TV Grandpa. TV Grandpa Shenandoah. Hey, TV Grandpa Shen. Saying hi, kids. How you doing, Leroy and Willow and Oliver and Zoe and boy, I'm going to get those names one of these days. DJ, I think. And Ralph. Ralph and Bob. And let me look through my looking glass, and I'll see Petunia and Pranada, and do I see Sarah out there? Oh, and there's Sarah, and there's Shanandra and Shannon. Oh, and Romper Room. Romper Room. Do y'all remember Romper Room? All right. Anyway. All right, here we go. Burton, the Hedgehog, and the Wooden Pigeons. Now, this is again coming from 1001 Nights, and so here we go. A hedgehog once took up his abode by the side of a date palm, wherein roosted a wooden pigeon and his wife that had built their nest there and lived a life of ease and enjoyment. So he said to himself, "This pigeon pair eateth all of the fruits of the date tree, and I have no means of getting at it. And so, but needs must I find in some fashion of trickery, and maybe I can trick them." Upon this, he dug a huge hole at the foot of the palm tree, and took up his lodgings there. He and his wife, moreover, he built an oratory beside the hole, and went into retreat there, and made a show of devotion and edification and renunciation of the world. Now the male pigeon saw him praying and worshipping, and his heart was so softened towards him that his excess of devoutness, and so he said to him, "How many years hast thou been thus?" And replied the hedgehog, "During the last 30 years. What thy food, that which falleth from the palm tree, and what is thy clothing? Prickles, and I profit by their roughness. And why hast thou chosen this for place rather than another? I chose it and prefer it to all others, that I might guide thee erring into the right way, and teaching the ignorant. I had fancied thy case," quoth the wooden pigeon, "other than this, but now I yearn for that which is with thee." Now quoth the hedgehog, "I fear lest thee dead contradict thy word, and thou be even as the handsome man who, when the seed seasons come, neglected to sow, saying, Verily I dread the days, and bring me not to my desire, and by making haste." Wooden pigeon What then shall I do that I may be freed from the bonds of the world, and cut myself loose from all things, and save service to my Lord? Well, answered the hedgehog, take thee to preparing for the next world, and content thyself with a patience of provisions. Quoted the pigeon, now, how can I do this? I that am a bird and unable to go beyond the date line, wherein is my daily bread. And even could I do so, I know of no one other place wherein I may wound. And the hedgehog said, you can shake down of the fruit of the date tree what shall suffice in thee and thy wife for a year provant, and then do thee take up your abode in a nest. And when the fruits are spent, and the day is longsome upon you, address thyself to a total abstinence. Exclaimed the pigeon. Allah requite thee. Allah requires thee that with good for the righteous intention, where then you have reminded me of the world to come, and have directed me into the right way. Then he and his wife worked hard, knocking down the dates, till nothing was left on the palm tree. And while the hedgehog, finding whatever to eat, or wherefore to eat, rejoiced and filled his den with the fruit, storing it up for his substance, and saying in his mind, when the pigeon and his wife have need of their provisions, they will seek it of me, and covet what I have, relying upon the devoutness and abstinence, and from what they have heard of my counsels and emotions, they will draw near unto me. Then I will make them my victims and eat them. Well, this isn't nice, is it? And then I will eat them. And after which I shall have the place my own place. And it said to him, O hedgehog, thou precious preacher, and of good counsel, we can find no sign of the dates, and now not on what else we shall feed. Replied the hedgehog, probably the winds have carried them away, but the turning from the provisions of the provider is of its essence of salvation. And he who the mouth corners cleft, the mouth without victuals has never left. Oh man, this is hard to read, and not only that, I hope it's going to be easy for you guys to understand, because I don't even understand it myself. But I'm hoping it's putting you to sleep, because that's its job. One of these days, I'll pick out stuff that's readable, legible, easy to read. As a matter of fact, let's just do that. Let's read something else. A real quickie. Something that's easy to read. How about The Unhappy Big Fish? How's that? Okay? We'll just read The Unhappy Big Fish. It's a good bedtime story for the youngsters, and well, we'll see what we can do. In a puddle near a big river lived a group of fish. They all were friends, and they played with each other and were very happy. Among them lived a bigger fish, and he was very proud because he was bigger. He thought of himself as more important than all the other fish. He was always mumbling and grumbling in the company of the little fish. So one day one of the little fish told him, "This puddle is too small for you. I am surprised that you didn't go to live in the big river. There you would have much better pals than little fishies like us." And the big fish thought about it and those words, and indeed he thought that it would be a good idea for him to go to the big river. And so off he went. "I'm tired of these little fish," he thought to himself, "and when the winter comes, I'll be able to leave this puddle and go and live in the big puddle, where I can socialize with more distinguishing fish like myself." Well, soon the winter came and it flooded the puddle, and now the big fish could easily swim to the big river. And everyone was so big there, even the fish, and he was resting near an underwater cave when he felt a strong current, and 4 large fish passed by, pushing him aside. "Move away, little fish," they said. "Don't you know this cave is reserved for big fish like us?" Little fish, he thought. He had never been called that. And life in the river was very different from the one in his puddle, and he decided to hide in some algae and try to rest. Not long after that, though, 2 huge and fearsome fish found him and started to attack him. He escaped by swimming into a little crack in a rock where they could not fit, and he stayed in there for quite some time, waiting for the other fish to go away. Well, was this the way life was in the river, he thought? Were these the advantages of living among the big fish? He started to miss his puddle and the company of his little fishy friends, and he realized he had made a big mistake. So he decided to return to his puddle. Well, the journey wasn't easy. He had to swim upstream and be extremely careful not to be attacked by the other fish. And finally, after several days, he reached his puddle, and how joyfully and relieved he felt. There was no other place in the world where he could rather be. Now, the journey had made the big fish a better fish, because the best of friends to all the other little fish, and that's what he became. He never grumbled again, and also he was always ready to tell them stories about the big river and the world beyond. The little fish were always happy to listen. And so there you go. That's the moral. Don't be so sure that you want something different. You might just want to have what you've already got. It might be the better, nicer thing to have. You might like it much, much better. Okay, hey, it looks like it's time for the Bible program, or the daily bread portion of the program. Oh, by the way, found a new group on YouTube. They like the Shen Show, and it's TFS, The Flip Side. Well, yeah, if you live out in Centerville, Illinois, well, this group of good old boys plays out there at the Pin Oak Club in Centerville, Illinois. So why don't you just drop on by over there sometime? And they are called The Flip Side. They are at TFS, The Flip Side, on YouTube, and you can catch them. See what they sound like. See if you'd like to go and take a listen to them out there at the club, and you just might find a sound that you enjoy. It's The Flip Side, the TFS Flip Side, The Flip Side. All right, alrighty then. Okay, the Daily Bread portion of the program today is going to be brought to you by The Bible with Briscoe 2021. The Bible with Briscoe 2021 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2021 is Ezra 3 through 5 and John 20. So, don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2021 for your daily reading of the Bible. Okay, today's devotion in the Daily Bread portion of the program is called He Knows Your Name. And we're going to be reading Isaiah 43, 1 through 7 as our scripture and insight. Israel's only Savior. But now this is what the Lord says. He who created you, Jacob, he who formed you, Israel. Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. And when you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. I give Egypt for your ransom, Cush and Seba in your stead. And since you are precious and honored in my sight, and because I love you, I will give people in exchange for you, nations in exchange for your life. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will bring your children from the east and gather you from the west. I will say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not hold them back. Bring me my sons from afar, and my daughters from the ends of the earth. Everyone who is called by my name, whom I created for my glory, whom I formed and made. There you have it. That there was Jesus talking about his people, which are you and me. As long as you're a Christian, and if you'd like to become a Christian and you don't really know how, come on over to Refreshing Word. What did I call it? I just lost it. Refreshing Word Fellowship. Refreshing Word Fellowship Church over on my brain just went poo-poo. Refreshing Word Fellowship Church over on Campus Drive, 2054 Campus Drive, St. Charles, Missouri. That's the one. Boy. When your mind goes, your mind goes. Let you know you're getting old. That's what it is. It's a secret, but it's a working. All right, well, anyway, hey, that's the Daily Bread portion of the program brought to you by The Bible with Briscoe 2021. The Bible with Briscoe 2021 is the daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. So don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2021 for your daily reading of the Bible. Alrighty, my friends, that brings the Shen Show to a close. I'm going to have to say, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. And so goodbye, my friends, goodbye. This here has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show. And as always, God loves you and so do I. So come back and see me tomorrow because, well, hey, I'll be here and I hope that you are too.